And so you can use SBDC, UCF, and LEAD, and tap into the 1 million class. B&I is here, Fast Track. So there's a lot going on, so always check your calendar because there's a lot of resources for you businesses. And then on the side note, we also rent out dedicated desks, so you can have an office space with a professional address for a very low amount and keep your business going on that way. All right, thank you guys. Oh, and we are in a hub zone, which is extremely important if you are trying to get any kind of government contracts. And on that note, the way things are going in our climate of a lot of DEI things going away, you know, women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, those are drifting away. But what's not is a hub zone, because a hub zone benefits the community. So if you are a women-owned business and have tapped into that to get some of your contracts, you may want to start looking into going and being a qualified hub zone business, because then you can still keep those incentives.
And if you're not familiar with Hub Zone or SBDC, come talk with us. Downstairs is John. He's with the Small Business Development Center. So you want to get to know John. And then you want to get to know the UCF Incubator. You want to get to know Brian. Those are resources. You want to get to know Monty with Lee. These are resources for small business owners. So I encourage you, please get with these folks. And a lot of these resources are free. And Monty puts on a workshop, several workshops. And then the SBDC puts on workshops. The SBDC stands for Small Business Development Center. So you definitely, even though you think, oh, I don't have a budget, no, go talk to them. A lot of free stuff, okay? Who doesn't like free? I guess nobody here. I like free. Okay, these ladies like free. All right, nobody else likes free, so we'll take all the free for us. Okay. So definitely check out those resources. And there's the QR code for those 3 different resources there. So if you want to scan that and get plugged in, that would be excellent. So we've got 2 sponsors. We've got Maria Alberti with the Eustis Chamber back there. They have sponsored our breakfast. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. If you are not a member of the Eustis Chamber, you need to go talk to Marie. And then we've got Foxtail Coffee. They're supplying our coffee. And they have been since the beginning. So what is 1MC? All right? It's entrepreneurs, people that are wanting to start a business. Maybe they haven't started one, they want to start one, or they've already got one. And this is a national organization. So you can go on vacation. Who likes to go on vacation? Okay, a majority. This side of the room, I don't think they like to really vacation. We're kind of have that planned out. All right, well, we'll go on vacation. Well, while we're on vacation, you can check out another 1 Million Cups chapter in your destination. Who doesn't like to work while they're on vacation? Who likes to work? Okay, us 3. We'll go to those chapters. So, okay, all of the chapters meet on Wednesdays around this time, okay? So there's one in Ocala, Orlando, got one starting in Claremont. So I encourage you, when you're out of town traveling, go check out a chapter. It's pretty cool, you never know where you're gonna meet. So it is free to come. Nobody had to pay anything today, right? No, great, it's free. It's free to present, right? Free to present. Some of you have presented, a couple of people might. You have, Delaney's presented. So, and we didn't charge them anything. No, totally free. So take advantage of this. This is another free resource. So, go to my next slide. So the impact that we've had since we started, which we've been in existence now 1.5 years, it'll be 2 years in September, right? So look at the impact we've had, okay? Total number of new attendees, 196. Presenters, we've had 42, and we've had repeat presenters. They've come back and they've told us that their business has grown. You've done it a couple times now, right? Yeah. So think about that, guys. We're here to help. So take a snapshot of these slides. This is pretty interesting. What 1 Million Cups has done for a lot of business owners in the community. So if you would like to present, who wants to present? Now that you've heard what this is about. Marie and me. Okay, there's 4 of us, 5 of us. All right. You're getting the clipboard. You're going to sign it. Okay. You already did. Okay, good. So come get with us. We have the name tags here on. Okay, Delaney, Todd, Monty, myself. Come chat with us because we'll get you on the clipboard. That's the thing. You got to get on the clipboard to present. All right? And we'll help you put your presentation together. And you'll have 6 minutes to present, and then you'll get a lot of good feedback because we all have good ideas, don't we? The answer is yes. All right. Yes. All right. So, if you have a business, thinking a business, or you're really not sure you want to own a business, this is an opportunity, okay? Maybe you're thinking about starting a new product, having a new product. starting a whole new something or a new location, this is the place to present and we'll help you with that. But it is presentations, not pitches. We're not here to sell and pass out our business cards and be like, okay, come buy my stuff, come buy my stuff. It's not about that, it's about relationships building, okay? So we want to build the relationship. So I definitely encourage you, if you meet somebody new here, we just met, okay? So when you meet somebody new, go to Foxtail Coffee, exchange cards to go and meet for coffee and get to know the person, because you never know how referrals can help you, and you might have made a new best friend, right? Who doesn't need more friends? Yeah, we all need more friends. All right. So, all right, we had two people, one person, first time, right? First time at 1 million reps.
Yeah.
Okay, stand up. Give us your name and your business.
Hello, I am Deidreana and I own Bloom and Sounds.
Bloom and Sounds.
In Sounds?
Bloom and Sounds.
Sounds.
Okay. What is it?
Okay.
You piqued my curiosity.
I just sound at meditation sessions. I also sell crystals and sensing, so the spiritual vibey. Correct.
At first I thought it was flowers. But you could have flowers. Oh, yeah. Okay. Good, thank you. Who else is new? First time here today? Nobody? You know what, in the end, maybe we'll have time in the end. We're a small crowd today, so good idea. All right, so we'll get started here because we don't want to delay with our presenter. So, did you all put your business card in the fishbowl, the bucket, the sandwich bag, whatever we're using today? I didn't take note of what we're using today because I flew in the fishbowl. All right. Did you all put your card in for a chance to win some fabulous prizes? Okay, you can't win unless you put your card in, guys. It's like playing the lottery. We can't win unless we buy a ticket, right? Makes sense. So, do we have the bowl back there? We'll pass the bowl.
It's downstairs.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of something. I think that, we've sent a good crew down to Claremont to get them started. I think that next week, maybe we should have a bring a friend day.
I think so. Yes, like bring your pet, but it's a friend. It's a human on 2 legs, not 4. Good idea. Let's do bring a friend next week. Is everybody in for that?
Yeah.
Not bring a pet. I mean, I suppose you bring a stuffed animal. Bring a friend, okay? Good idea. Thank you. All right. I think somebody ran down to get the bowl, so we'll pass that. So get your card out and just set it right next to you so you don't forget to put it in the bowl. But we've got some swag over here. Who doesn't like swag? Yes. Let's do an ooh-ah-oh. This crowd's real quiet today. Ready? Ooh. Ah. Oh. Okay, that was good. You get a 10 stars on that one. Good job, guys. All right, if you want to pass the bowl, you did. Okay, you did good. All right, you're there. All right, and you did. Wow, a lot of good instruction followers there. Okay. All right. So our question of the day. Oh, this is a good one, Monty. So what's been your favorite car to drive? This is where we get audience interaction, so you have to stand up and tell us. What's your favorite car?
Well, one that I own that I no longer own is a Mustang. It was fun. I like the power, the sound of it. The gas mileage wasn't that great, but that's why I like my Prius, but I do like the sound.
Do you have a manual transmission? Okay.
My favorite car is my Toyota Corolla. It is so awesome and it makes it sound so.
You sound powerful like a Mustang. All right, so if you want to sound, get a Toyota Corolla. Yeah?
So my favorite car is no longer made, as far as I know. It's a Ford Excursion diesel, and I will not let that vehicle go. I love the power, and I've traveled across the United States and transported my children and pulling trailers in different locations, and about 5 or 6 times now, so it's still with me. I love that vehicle.
A lot of memories with that vehicle, right? Yeah.
I'll go while he's thinking about what he drives. So I drove a limousine for a little while as a job, and so that was one of the coolest cars I got to drive.
My favorite car is the one that's paid off.
My favorite vehicle to drive is I have a H2 with 486,000 miles on it. So I think if I got that many miles, I might like driving it.
My favorite car was actually my first car, a Toyota Camry. Mileage was great,
very smooth. Just felt really, really like I was part of the car.
Okay, that's good.
I spent a few months driving a semi, and it was a Freightliner diesel. It was really fun to drive something so big, and pretty much everybody gets out of your way.
I would say, my favorite, if I had one of those, my favorite part would be the horn. I would be blowing that all the time.
My favorite car to drive that I've driven, it was a Mini Cooper back when I was in college. I had a girlfriend that had a manual transmission Mini Cooper, and they were relatively new then. It was like it was on rails. So yeah, I still think about driving it.
What's that thing at the amusement park, mouse car or something? It's like on that thing where you're like, mouse trap, yeah.
Mine was a 280ZX that was manual because it went fast.
Nice. So you were like vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I had a red convertible sports car when I was in college. It was really fun until I got pulled over all the time. We have a red minivan now.
But you still get pulled over by like all the moms. Hey, check my kid. Here you go. Anybody else? Okay, good cars. Oh, that's funny about the red minivan. All right, so the format for today. We've got Larry Jaskowiak with Community Collision. He's going to give a 6-minute presentation and talk about his business, and then we're going to be able to give him feedback. We have 24 minutes, we're going to give him feedback. So I encourage you to take out a piece of paper, and when we're giving feedback, some of these ideas that you're hearing might help you with your business. So when we give feedback, if you could keep it tight, because we want to give everybody a chance to give feedback. So if you've got a lot you have to say, just give a little bit, and then I'm sure that Larry will be around after that you can chat with him. So let's welcome Larry and give a round of applause.
Good morning, guys. Thank you, number one, thank you guys, good morning, for allowing me to present the business. Again, I am Larry Jaskowiak. I'm the owner of Community Collision. It is in Leesburg. We're right across from the police station. I'm sorry, better? Yeah. Okay, I know. Can you hear? Okay. So if I'm a little passionate about the business, I am. I've been in the industry for 45 years. Started out as a technician. I owned and operated 28 locations. Sold the business to a large MSO, and then I left the corporate world. So I was supposed to retire, but that didn't work out really well. So I started another collision business here in Leesburg. I bought Simon Seed, which was a 100-year-old business, and we were unable to keep the building, so I built a brand new store. But unfortunately, I did it in the year of COVID. So anybody doing business in COVID, especially with a building, it would have been pretty hard. A little bit about the business. We're 4.8 Google. Heavy focus on the villages. We really educate that consumer. It is a little difficult. And I'll touch base on the next screen about OE certified. That's basically your ISO 9000. Anybody know what that is? Okay, so there's a challenge with that. So we built this business differently than the normal model. It's focused on 100% customer, 100% making sure the customer has options, and making sure that we explain the repair process to them thoroughly. In the past, people have a tendency to drive around and get estimate after estimate after estimate. We do a lot of owner pay, so what that causes is they'll come in with an estimate, they'll settle with the person that hit them, and then we bring the car in and we find more damage. The estimate goes up. Has anybody called anybody from 65 to 70-year-old and tell them that $1,000 is now $3,000? It's not a good conversation. So we do a process called blueprinting. Since I know where my business is coming from, we do heavily concentration in the villages market. There's the one that's in the sun. We call out, come in and let us help you navigate through the accident or claim. Everybody likes free ice cream. It's there all day long. We used to offer it, and now people are eating ice cream at 10 in the morning because they can't. But it is a challenge today because we still do work for insurance companies. The collision business is very similar to medical. They guide you to where they want you to go. And those deals are done at a corporate level. We're family owned, we are growing. I am buying my second shop in Leesburg August 1st. So, but I can tell you, nobody does it better than us is when it comes to customer service. When you come into our facility, number one, it looks like a doctor's office. And secondly, immediately we take over the claim and show them and educate them how to do it. We do a lot of people, again, from the villages, and maybe first time they're dealing with it, their husband died. The wife comes in with a bunch of papers and she doesn't know what to do. We immediately get her settled down. We take over the claim and we make sure they understand where it is. And 9 out of 10 times we Uber them home and we take over the claim. And they think we're sending them in a limo or something. Maybe the first time they've ever limoed. We set it up. We'll pick them back up in Uber. So we really do a first-class job on that. How'd I do? Okay. Thank you. I know it was pretty quick. I am very passionate about the industry, so I'm open to any questions. And my issue is, how do we stop customers from being told that they have to get multiple estimates? How do I get people to leave their car rather than calling their insurance company? Because what we do is, when you make a claim with your insurance company, that immediately goes in there, right? When you continue the claim, the insurance company says they've been in an accident, so your premiums go up. We're trying to help. I do a lot of work with the local agents saying, hey, let me get the car first. We do a lot of owner pay, and sometimes people, that's the best decision they made because they can't afford to lose their insurance or they don't want premiums up. That's what we do best. We educate. I mentioned certification. Real quick, we're certified to do 14 different brands: Tesla, Honda, Ford, Kia, Nissan, Corvette, C8. And what that is we're certified by the manufacturer. If you look us up online or the manufacturer, they'll say take your car to community collision. I can't do every car, but every car we do is done well. And it costs a lot to get certified because there's a process, tooling, training. We're constantly training. I'm sending a technician to Chicago next month to be certified for Honda EVs. Honda's now getting pretty heavy into the EV world. Before they weren't. So I have to get them trained. I have to buy more equipment. So it's very similar to ISO 9000. We're audited every year to make sure we're compliant.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Eric Kleinman for Wellness Wisdom. You made a statement about trying to get people not to get multiple estimates. The problem is we live in a world where not everybody is honest as you are, and they come from all different parts of the country. Some of the parts of the country they come from are just notorious for ripping people off. And I don't know whether maybe one of the answers is maybe when people come in, maybe you have a TV dedicated to testimonials of people from different parts of the country saying, hey, we did shop around, we found this is the best, we're used to having to shop around from up north, but you know what, take our word for it, this is the guy you want to deal with, something like that, some sort of like live gallery of testimonials or something like that, because I don't know, has anyone ever had someone give them an estimate and they were getting ripped off? Yeah. Ever happened? That's why so many people just aren't going to bring a car and say, okay, go with it.
Right. That's a great idea. Instead of the TV playing, we run a loop. Thank you.
Okay,
so I found in my business that going into the social medias and things and creating a leader page that says learn more on, and it goes into the full blog or the full page to give the experience, could be very helpful for education. It sounded like you were asking the question, how do I educate people, right?
Yes.
The other part is to have those testimonials go into create your own YouTube channel, and then connect that also into those social media avenues.
That is on the agenda. That's not me, so we are working on that. That's something that we haven't done yet, but your work is on the agenda.
Yes, that's a great way to get education out there without having to be one-on-one.
Thank you.
probably have already done this, but you need to make sure, I would think you would need to make sure you're having good trusted relationship with the tow truck companies. Because when I get into an accident, I've been educated to call the police and then call your insurance company, right? And then they send the tow truck driver. I've honestly had a couple tow truck drivers say, listen, don't send it there, let me take it home and then you figure it out later. And so getting that relationship with them and then letting them tell their drivers, hey, this is what, I think that would be a great way to educate. So you've got a big corporation, big organization that you're trying to disrupt.
So we're paying a referral fee to the tow drivers through the owner. So that has helped, but that is a great, especially now with the second store, I need more volume.
So what I'm hearing is you're establishing how good you are, but you're trying to educate the process, change the process of how, and if you're not in a lot of accidents, you don't know the process.
1 in every 7 years is when someone is.
Right, so what my inclination would do is, and the insurance companies do a great job of trust Allstate, trust your insurance company. So I think you have to put out there something like a tagline, because that's a lot of information to educate. So it has to be in a tagline. We work for you, not your insurance company. Like something like that. And that gets people to like, oh, and it's like trust us, to make sure you get the best quote, best estimate. Something like that to help people think of you as a first stop instead of their insurance company as a first stop.
I'm in the villages probably 4 to 5 times a month with car clubs. So my whole business is relationships. It's relationships with people, not insurance companies. We still have to deal with the insurance companies, but we're the lawyer. We're fixing the car safe for you.
Right.
And that's where we're at.
And you brought up lawyers like that, and it makes me think, like when you see those big billboards and they say, call us first, when you're in a car accident, call us first. So you have to somehow, in your ad, communicate to your new customers, because you have the establishments, your people who just got an accident, call us first, think of us first, trust us over your insurance company. So that kind of tagline, because that doesn't say that.
No, that's a little busy, I know that.
Well, it's not just busy, it's that, ads can be busy, but it doesn't say come to us first. It tells us how good you are, and your qualifications, but it doesn't help you with the process.
Yeah. Thank you.
So one of your questions was, how do I convince people they don't need to call all over town, they just need to call me? I think the opposite. Call all over town. Just make sure I'm one of them. You don't have to call me first, you don't have to call me last. Make sure I'm one of your calls, and you'll see why you want to come to me. Because I don't know that you're going to get in front of everybody that's going to have an accident to educate them all. But if you can just put it out there, make me one of your calls, I'll sell that one person.
We're trying to grab the keys instead of estimates. Get them out of the car, grab the keys, put them in an Uber, and we'll call you later where we're at. But if I don't get them to the door, I don't see that. We know we need to do social media big time. That was a great thing. Let us get to it first. So thank you.
I think you should take your free ice cream to events like vendor markets. Set up a tent, have people come up for this in exchange for this free ice cream. Let me educate you a little bit. Talk about the Uber, because that's something that I've never had. I've had my car worked on many times. And since we don't get into accidents, except for 1 in 7 years, have diagrams like showing how you're different. And maybe have a QR code to like one of those free electronic business card things, and have them save your information in their phone. That way, if, hopefully not, they do get into an accident, they know, okay, he said to call me first. And maybe it was 6 years ago that they scanned that QR code and saved it in their phone, but at least they know, hey, I did this, I have this number, let me call them.
Yeah, sounds great. So ice cream for me is 2 things. One's at the store level, the other one is at all events. So I use a vendor local, he drives his truck out there and we serve ice cream for 3 hours. Ice cream is the magnet for everybody. It gets you in the door, but that's a great idea. Thank you.
Where are you with, have you got a relationship with a marketing firm?
So my business partners, we own a bunch of businesses, so it's always one of these, we're hiring someone, so he was supposed to be out, my business partners were supposed to be out today, storms in the area, canceled. So we know we need to do that. We know that this isn't gonna get it, especially as we grow, but we know we got to get in social media.
As you get into social, I've had the opportunity to speak with you. You're very knowledgeable. You are, I think, at your core, an educator. And if you could be on a YouTube or on a Facebook where you are educating, and I know you don't want to get in front of
me. I'm an ops guy.
Well, but you are so relatable and knowledgeable and just earnest and honest in the way that you approach it. If you want to build yourself as an advocate for the customer, I think building that relationship, because you are the face of the company.
I am. Thank you. Thank you for that. I am passionate. Oh, there's no doubt I'm passionate.
Echoing Pam's comment, I think that digital billboards on the highway is where you should be with that statement. Accident, call me first, community collision, but I relay a personal experience. A couple of years ago, I had a son that's prone to bumping into things. Right down the street here, I get a quote for $1,900, and the only guy I go to is Albert Bailey downtown to Harry's because he's got a shop that looks like a shop.
Yep.
But he does excellent work.
Yep.
And he did it for $750.
Yep.
I mean, $1,900 and $750.
Yeah. For me, it's not about cost, it's about service levels and safety. I will lose a customer over safety. These new cars, like if we take a mirror or a door handle off a late model Honda, what is it, David, $1,400? Yeah. And what that is, that's no cost to me. That's to scan the car to get all the safety things. That's what people don't understand. So when we write an estimate for $1,000 and then we get the car in and we find some other stuff going on, some of the additional cost is just safety related so that the system starts, so that all the safety things work again. And you can't just willy-nilly that. That has to be done by an OE scanner, it has to be certified, so that when the car gets in another accident, hopefully all the safety features function again. That's the big difference. So.
Hey, good morning, Cole Charlotte of Florida Air Incorporated, and I want to address your first question. You did mention that ad is a little noisy and it is a lot of information. I love your logo, by the way. I do marketing for Florida Air Incorporated and King's Heating and Air, and the logo is great, but yeah, that is a very noisy ad. I would take the ice cream off, pick up and delivery upon request, and really just, focus in on what you're trying to do. As far as education goes, I would like to piggyback off Pam as well. I think her idea of "we work for you, not your insurance company" is a great tagline, and then maybe add on to that a pin to the end or add before it, filing a claim may not be your best option. Contact us first, and just really clean up that ad, only necessary information, because nobody's, in my opinion, nobody's probably going to come see you for a collision just for free ice cream. Right.
So, yeah.
Delaney with Doing Good Junk Removal. Just have a couple quick notes. A lot of what has already been said, building trust quick is something that you need to do. And that's really hard to do. So if I need something like this, it's not something that I know about, right? I'm not knowledgeable at all about what you do. Who's the first person I'm gonna go to? The people I know that I already trust, right? So building relationships with people that are going to refer you as the one that they trust will knock down that trust, that wall really quick. So I don't know about getting into groups of people that would be willing to refer you. I'm in a networking group that does that, where there's 30 of us that we can absolutely refer, and we drop that wall really quick. So I would suggest finding a room like that you can be in. Farmers Roofing does this really cool thing where they say, we know that you need to get estimates. We highly suggest getting 3 of them and making us one of them. Whoever said that earlier, you said that earlier. That makes it look like there's complete transparency. And now I've been shut. Okay, there we go. You could tell that their belief was that they had the best value, the best of everything, and that you were going to see that after you got so much so that people wouldn't even get the 3 estimates because they had that much transparency. Also, stating things when you do your education moments, whether it be on Facebook or whether it be in a crowd of people or whatever, stating things that the customer will be stressing over. We understand that this is probably going through your mind right now, right? Having those like Me Too moments. Yes, I feel that way. Yes, I absolutely think that. Yes, I have no idea about that. And then stating, and this is how we're going to help you. And not this is how we can help you. This is how we're going to help you, because words matter, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to lead them in that direction. And last but not least, because he won't toot his own horn, but I will, Todd Headley has his magazine, and he is always looking for experts in their field. He gives them a page to sit there and talk about. That would be an excellent opportunity for you to educate people.
Thank you.
I have a question to ask you before I give you a piece of advice.
Okay.
Do the insurance companies require customers get 3 estimates,
Yeah.
or can they just bring the car there? So that's maybe a
So
talking
someone
point.
mentioned, we have everybody from all over the United States, it's a melting pot. So if they haven't had any accidents in a long time, that was the traditional thing. I know you get 3 estimates turned in my insurance. Everything now is through the computer. So they don't have to, it's more of education. What they don't realize is they don't have to go where the insurance company tells them to go, right? Because there are deals made there. And if you don't know about your car, when you get it back and it's shiny and the horn blows and everything's working, that's fine. But when you peel back all the stuff that was done, that's a different animal. So
that's like a selling point, is bring it here. We have relationships with the insurance company. You don't need extra estimates.
yes, well, we don't do it. We do insurance work for the client, but not relationships. What I'm selling is this certification. That's very costly, and that's backed by the manufacturer that the car is made from.
And the insurance companies trust your work because
Yes.
you have the
Yeah.
certification, so it's a one-stop, just drop it off and we
Well,
fix
you would
it.
think, and there's some insurance companies that we fight tooth and nail, and it's not about rates or anything, it's just fixing the car right, what we know we have to do. So that's where we shine, because not everybody knows how their car should be fixed, and they shouldn't. They should have the trust in me that I'm doing the right thing, and if there is an issue, we'll be involved with it. Thank you.
Larry, great job. It's Monty with Lee.
Okay.
And thanks for opening up the second business, so things must be going well.
They-
Yeah.
Well-
Just spread them around Lake County. Yeah, that's
We
the easy way to get the word out.
you know, I'm gonna tell you, I love this area. I still live in Indiana. I moved here about 9 years ago, but I was here full-time with the other. I love this area. It's so friendly.
Great.
I don't like the bugs and the heat, but I'll deal with that.
Yeah, no one else. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Can you describe to us your ideal customer profile?
Ideal customer profile, someone that has so there's 2 of them. There's one that you can tell has money, and by the way they drive their car and the amount of car, and they don't really care, they just want it fixed. My second customer is someone that's living on a fixed income, and either the insurance company or someone else is paying for it, and we have to educate them why we have to fix it. I do so much free work for people. What I mean by is a lot of people run over a curb, back out, and all that plastic stuff hanging, and you see it running down the store. When they come to me, they sit in the office, have an ice cream, we take it in the back, we wire tie it all up, we give them an estimate, but at least we get a mobile, and then what we do is we order the parts, they come back in, and we fix the car. That's my ideal customer.
If you're spending the extra money to differentiate yourself from collision centers that may not have those certifications to get preferred treatment by the insurance companies, why are you going away from that?
Why am I doing away from the insurance company?
Yeah.
Because the insurance companies don't want to pay for certifications. They want these cars fixed the way. So does anybody know what aftermarket parts versus OE parts are? Okay, we got nodders.
Oh, I see.
Do you know how many times I pay for brand new parts because I refuse to use aftermarket? I refuse to use that. Now, me, I can't go to my customer and say, you owe me another $1,000 because your insurance company won't pay for that.
Right.
My people that work for me think I'm absolutely nuts when I say, no, we're putting all OE on. If I'm committed to that, I can't use aftermarket parts.
So it's cheaper for you to work on an older car?
No.
No.
No, the newer cars are where our money is.
Okay.
Now, when we're fixing Teslas and C8 Corvettes, our labor rate is higher, so we make up that way. What I try to do on OE parts is we go to the vendor and say, can you help me get margin so I don't lose money, but I am not putting an aftermarket part or a used part on anybody's car.
Do you have a lot of business with other businesses, like fleets?
Yes, so we do Hertz, we do Enterprise, we do U-Haul. I miss anybody else?
What about car dealerships?
No. Yeah, well, we have 3 car dealerships locally that refer to us. So, and they do that because we do their warranty because we're certified. So the certification brings a lot of value.
Okay. Yeah, I'm reading that 60% of people that get in an accident go straight to a collision center and not through anyone else.
Which is good for us.
But I think that first step is, like Josh said, we're just societally trained to go right through insurance. So you're having to kind of change the whole culture. So you have to find those early adopters, people that either have a high insurance deductible and are aware that they can go around it, or people that have the money to not go through their insurance anyways.
And sometimes that's the best way. And I can tell you, we're very easy to deal with. We know everything's a cost. So when we're looking at an owner pay, we had a guy with a Corvette hit a deer in Mount Dora. Didn't know there was deer in Mount Dora. $18,700 on a 22 Corvette. He wasn't sure. He said, give me the weekend. He called us Monday and said, fix it.
Yeah.
When we finished the car, it came in at $17,800, and he was ecstatic. We saved him $400. Ecstatic.
Another stat, 70% of sales are done through online nowadays. If you had a calculator to show the difference of what you're saving a customer versus if they went through insurance, I think that would be beneficial for you. Target those specific demographics that have those. That's public information I can share with you after through Esri. They tally who's got a high insurance deductible, who's wrecking their cars, who has more expensive cars, who has this amount of disposable income.
I do spend a lot of time in the market appealing to agents because they're sometimes the first defense of you call your agent, where should I go, what should I do? And I'm not looking for business, I'm trying to educate them that send them to us first because their cost ratio gets multiplied when they submit a claim. Don't do anything to come see us.
Yeah.
You want to make a claim, fine, but at least have that.
Yeah, it's just getting that word out.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
We've been very successful, but it's not there yet.
Sounded like Neighbors Lake Eustace and some other things, but on your current ad that you're running on the Village's Sun there, you've got high-tech QR code, you've got the old school low-tech dotted lines that say cut me out, which to some people screams cheap. And some people says, ooh, I'm gonna cut this out. What happens if I cut those 2 things out? I've got free pickup and delivery and I've got free ice cream, but I have no idea where I'm going,
You don't need a
what
coupon.
it's about.
You don't need a coupon for anything. So
I know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is when you put the dotted lines there, it makes some people cut it out.
Right.
And it makes other people immediately think this is a coupon.
So you're right.
cheat.
So this runs every Sunday, and then every once a month there's the coupon book it's in. We don't get a lot of people coming and saying, what do I get for this? They're more about the awareness of what we do.
What I'm saying is, I believe the impression of your ad could be upscaled a little bit if you delete.
There's no doubt this needs to be cleaned up, and I can do that at any time.
I would delete that. I would make your website, because from standing here, I'm never going to be able to type that in correctly.
Yeah.
It needs to be bigger.
Yeah. Well, the website is a little different than this, and it's somewhat professional, but this here, and this was done by the son. This is what they, so yeah.
It's fine. I'm just saying, if you're
There's a
looking
lot
to tweak it, I would make the website easier to read because that's a jumble of letters, and I would delete the dots.
But I truly believe on that, I got to get to a site that we have testimonials, and I'm not a YouTube, I don't do any of that Facebook. I know we need to do it, so that's why I'm here, and I probably knew I was going to get hit with that because it's something we need to do.
As a customer, when you were explaining brand new, as aftermarket, I think that's something that you could dive into, because that's my question. So why is that such a big difference? I mean, buying used or brand, brand, if this is gonna save me $500, why does it have to be brand new? So see, that would be a way, I don't know how you would educate. You've got good suggestions here, but as a customer, that would be my question.
That's gonna hit at the point of sale when we're there. If you walk into my facility now and ask for an estimate, when we're done writing, they're gonna sit down with you and go through it and explain the difference, and explain what aftermarket versus OE means. And, again, someone brought up older cars. Aftermarket parts aren't horrible, they just don't fit in the new technology one. You've got a 2008 Honda Civic, which is a great car, but if you want to put an aftermarket headlight and a fender on it, we're fine with it, but I can't put it on your 2023 Honda because it's not going to work. What happens that people don't understand, when these aftermarket parts, especially headlights and electronics, go in your car, we can clear all the codes. Go into a dealer and have any service work, they will tell you immediately that left front headlight is not factory, so you could void your warranty. That's what nobody knows.
Yeah, if there was a way you could just really, make that known as they're coming in the door.
I tell you what, I don't know who, I think it was it. I'm going to work on the loop for the TV. That is the greatest idea that I've heard, and it is amazing. And it's out there. We don't have to sell it, and it's a loop that plays when people are in there. That is a great idea. Thank you.
Larry?
Yes.
Larry, thank you for your presentation. Rose Lindo with Lindo's Catering and Events. I have a question for you. So I was recently in an accident and I took my vehicle to a collision place. After they fixed my vehicle, the lights were still on. Now, how would you fix that problem if I'm not satisfied with how they fix my vehicle? Do you go back, like if I bring my vehicle to you, would you work on that vehicle, seeing that?
So first of all, we are really into process. So before you get a call, so you're updated once a week on status of your car. That happens all the time. There's a process called final quality. 2 people look at that car. We start the car, drive the car, make sure there's no codes. If there's a code, you'll never pick up your car. On occasion, as a car is driven, a light will come back on. We tell you when we deliver the car. Any problems, you come back with us. So if I fixed it, we would take care of it. If another shop did it, I would still look at it and take care of it. We would have to get the insurance company involved and go through the process, but I wouldn't push away from it. But our process is a little bit more robust. My name is everything. This is a small community, as big as it is. If you have somebody in the villages, you're going to lose 10, 12 people at Bunko Bingo. If I make somebody happy, I'm going to get 20 customers. So I know that, and that's how I'm built. That's why you have to go. I'm not saying we're the only shop, but if you pick a shop, make sure you're comfortable with it. If someone's just pushing you through and say, we'll schedule you in 3 weeks, I'm not sure they need I need your business. I want your business. So there's a difference. But I would, does that answer your question? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Three more.
Honey, sorry, my time here. They're asking. Okay.
Eric Kyle again,
Yes.
friend of Rose's. One of the things that I'm hearing that you're not really saying is, I know in any business, there's 3 things available for sale: price, quality, and service. You never get more than 2. Remind people that you're about quality and service, and throw in the safety in there. Okay, may not be the least expensive, but you're going to get the best service, the best quality. We're going to take care of you, and we think that's more important than being the lowest price out there.
Well, there's 2 things with that. There's certain things I can look the other way on. There's certain things I can't when it comes to safety. So there's a lot of things we do when we change panels, that we're blending adjacent panels. That all adds cost. When we look at a car saying, do we really want to paint that door because there's no damage for a color match? We have the technology to make sure it's right. So those are the things we may say, okay, we don't need to do it. But when it comes to quality parts, safety items, all of these ADAS things, we won't bend on it. And it's,
That's why you're not
yeah,
calling.
yeah.
You're gonna do a great job at fair price.
Yeah, but the estimate process for us is really a waste of time because it's an estimate, we can't tell. So we really need to do what's called a blueprint. I am willing to put you in a car, take you home, bring you back, so that I can get this car taken apart so I can see all the damage.
You got, yeah, go ahead. Oh, I forgot.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, from a marketing perspective, I know you said you're getting into all that, but one idea just to throw out there. I know like when you go to get my car fixed and I think it's gonna be about, I don't know, 1,000. And suddenly they come back with, oh no, it's 15,000. A lot of people, that's part of what makes them upset, like, are they scamming me? It's like what you explained earlier about like how you have to go in and back off a certain amount. People love transparency.
Yeah.
If you do just like a series of short like ad campaigns, either put it on Facebook or even on Loop as well, just explain why it would cost more for certain things, the way you did earlier.
Yeah.
People love that.
Yeah.
Transparency makes them feel like it's actually, well, that's why being taken care of. Just any short series of ads like that, I think would work really well.
What upsets me is when a customer still wants the estimate, we write it for 1,000. Car comes in, we take the bumper off, and there's all kinds of damage.
Mm-hmm.
The neighbor's paying for it because he moved the garbage can, and now the garbage can's moved there. So we get these scenarios every day. So now the estimate is $1,500. We have all the photos. Do you want to come down and look at it? In their mind, we should have told them $1,500 in the beginning. That's the worst case scenario for me, and that's what I'm trying to break.
Hey, we've got our last person right there. Hi there.
Hi.
Dion, I'm Apex Electrical. So I'm going to address your question that you have up there. How should I incorporate education into my Village Sun newspaper ad? If that is your targeted area or one of your targeted areas, I would simplify. I know you're first and the foremost, you need the connection. And so that's part of the education, right?
Yeah.
Getting them to read an ad, say, oh, this is a service that I might need. But also if they call up and they want to ask a few questions about that ad, that would be hard, I know, for like my father,
Yeah.
to be able to kind of follow what exactly, how can you help me and why do I come to you first?
Right.
So I would, even if you have ads that have a little more info like this one does for other publications, I think for that one, I would keep it really simple and just hit, like you mentioned, we'll pick you up, we'll bring you here. That's important because most of them only have one car.
Yeah, and it's on there, I believe, but when I look at that now, I'm like, wow, who okayed that?
Well, I mean, in some markets, that's probably fine.
No.
And you know, honestly, the free ice cream is definitely an attraction.
Yeah.
It's an attraction. They would love that. You know, that if they're sitting down there, they could come. It's an outing for them. But getting there, getting back, you know, how are we going to work all of that, and why would we come to you first? I think if you simplify all of that, at least for that particular publication, I think it would really help.
So when I'm at the shop, anybody that is in the younger age, which is 25 to 35, I sit in the chair next to them and say, how did you pick us? I want to know. 9 out of 10 people, it's Google. After Google, you're Honda certified, I have a Honda. So I already know that. I don't know if Google means anything to some of the older folks, but to be at 4.8 with the amount we do, we're doing something right. Anybody that's 5, that's fantastic. There's got to be a little something going on. I know we're not perfect every time. But I look at every business, and when there is a problem, who's going to fix it? And you got to call corporate to get it fixed. You call me, it's going to be fixed.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys very
Thank you
much.
very much. So we're just going to step into our community announcements. So if you've got something in the next 2 weeks, in the week to 2 weeks, please tell us. And you have 15 seconds to tell us. Okay, I'm going to set my timer.
Hello, I'm Wendy Sun with Toastmasters. I'm representing Alan Biles, who's at the other Claremont 1 Million Cups. We meet at the Eustis Chamber of Commerce 1 West Orange on Monday nights at 5:30. And if that time is not good for you, come see me because there are a few clubs that may be forming in Lake County at different times. So we want to see what's best for you.
Thank you.
Hi, Nikki from Wednesday Market is usually here. She's not here, so she asked me to remind you guys. Tonight is the first night for Fresh Market at Farron. So Farron Park, 5 to 8, be there. Let's go support everybody. There's small businesses, meat, produce, crafts, fun stuff.
The ribbon cutting is at 5 p.m. That was a bus.
Yes, ribbon
Okay, are you ready? Yes. Okay.
This Friday in Mount Dora, I forgot what street it's on, but there's art in the alley, and tonight I will be putting together some new charcuterie stuff. So Friday's gonna be my first day selling the new stuff, so if you guys wanna come out and support,
An announcement for Natasha with Wellness Wisdom. She's going to be participating in the Eustis Business Expo. So those of you who know Natasha and what she does, come out and support her. She'll be there without her dad. I'll be in Idaho. Anyway, thank you.
And Monty's got some too.
Is there anyone else?
Is there anything else? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Who in here is participating in the Business Expo? I know. All right, awesome. That's awesome. So please, everybody, come out and support your friends and your businesses and what they're doing. Give them some energy. But also, we're going to have lots of classes offered on cyber tech, on QuickBooks, on HR. I mean, so you're going to get a lot of knowledge those days. Or check the chamber website for the calendar of when the classes are going to be held. And at 11 o'clock on Friday, there will be a panel for economic development, what's going on, how to do business in the city of Eustis and in Lake County. We'll have the county economic development people, the city economic development people, LEAD will be on it, UCF will be on it, and you get to ask them lots of questions on how to do business.
It's free to the public, right?
Oh, and it's completely free to the public, and it's on Friday and Saturday next week, June 20th and 21st.
Free parking.
And what?
Free parking. Lots of parking.
Free parking, free to come in, free everything except
Bring a
for-
friend to that too. Yes.
Yeah, bring a friend.
The two-legged hunt. Okay, did you have one?
Yes.
Okay.
So I host monthly sound bath sessions in the Lake Square Mall in the ballroom. My next one is going to be next Saturday, the 21st. So it's a meditative session. If you've never attended it, you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which puts our body in our rest and digest. So as a business owner, it's a great way just to relax and bring a sense of peace and harmony. And it's amazing too.
Someone else?
I just wanted to emphasize tonight at 5 o'clock, we are so excited to be partnering with Whimsy Market and the Fresh Market at Farron Park. So there are lots of activities, the playground's right there. I think they're gonna have a bounce house, music. It is the first night and it is a ribbon cutting. Please come out for this event. Support these small businesses and support having this fresh market in our community is fantastic. We've been looking for this for a long time.
Okay, and I think Monty's wrapping us up. We got everybody.
Speaking of relaxing as a business owner, it's not a parasympathetic nervous bath, but it's solving your staffing issues. You see Jermaine in the back has been a big part. So Career Source Central Florida, if you don't know what they do, they're basically the state's workforce board to offer you free workforce support. They do a lot of on-the-job training, apprenticeships, grants. It's your opportunity to connect to the local schools as well, Lake Tech, Lake Sumter, and Lake County schools will be there. There'll be HR generalists doing HR 201 to 401 basically. There'll be executive coaching if you need to sharpen your leadership skills. There will be a data perspective on who are these 1,000 people a week moving into Central Florida and what does that mean for you in the next 5 years as you are positioning your business. So June 17th, 8 to 12 at the Tavares Pavilion, free HR summit. Thank you.
Okay, you didn't look, let's see, we've got Flavia Fine on the go. Here. Sorry. Okay, so help yourself to something up there on the table behind Monty, and then, oh, Larry. Pick another one? Okay. There's gonna pass the prize. Thank you. Maureen Short. There you go. Thank you, everybody. If you have an event, you can add it there. Scan the QR code and we will put it on their calendar. And our assignment for next week is to bring a friend, right? Bring a friend. A two-legged friend, not a four-legged fur baby, but a.
No fur baby.
No fur baby, sorry, that's what I got him. So let's have fun and we'll do a quick picture here too. So thank you all for coming.